Now, I should explain. I forgot my fuzzy little microphone, so there might be a little bit of sound on
this. This is Patterson, who's retired now.
Yes, the beautiful Pattersons.
It was a great part of the village as well.
How long do you think? I know I've photographed from, I guess it'd be the 50s. I don't know how long. 50s, 60s?
Pattersons were here for a long time.
Right.
So when all my lifetime.
Holy moly.
They ran a lovely garage.
Yeah.
And
lovely
Lloyd Auto Centres is here now at the moment.
Yeah.
But this building itself here now...
Right, we wanted to start, and we're going to walk through Delgany village itself with some of the history of the buildings. But this is where the Pattersons live, and this is, you were telling me a little bit about this?
This is Latouche. I assume it was an old ballroom or music room for the Latouches back in the...
Step back so we can see it a little bit better, yeah.
Let's see by the shape of the window.
Right. Oh, yes, lovely.
An old ballroom belonged to the Latouches, or music room, as a fellow would say.
Right. So this would be where they'd come down just to entertain. It wasn't like they lived here?
To be at church, and then after church, we're talking the 17th century into the late 17th century, and they'd a music room or maybe tea room after the service in the church.
Brilliant. Wow. And would the second floor be added, or is that always? Do you think that's always part of it?
It's a fine big building.
Right. That's beautiful. So the Latouche family would have owned it then, or would have had it built. They did some wonderful, buildings around here that are all kind of traced back to them.
We're going back to the 17th century. It's a fine building.
Wow.
And as we can analyse it from here, and then in the late 18th century to 19th century, it was a hospital. It was a hospital for muscular trouble.
Right.
And the waters around here, there was a well.
Right.
And it had special healing powers.
We'll keep walking because we're going to get to the village.
It had lasted for a while as a hospital for muscular complaints.
Right.
And then when I was here in the 70s, these were apartments. They're privately owned now.
Right.
And when I was here in the 60s and 70s, there was a gentleman who lived in the apartments here. And his name was Hanley. He done some of the script for the Blue Max, and he also wrote some of the script for Gandhi, the
big
film
Oscar
Gandhi.
winning 1982, I think that was.
Yeah. And he used to come down to the village in the evening to the Delgany Inn.
We'll keep walking, so we're kind of at the village at some point.
He'd come to the Delgany Inn for his meal in the evening.
Right.
Very private type of man.
Okay. Well, I guess
that was an old hospital, but as I say, Patterson's run a great garage there for years.
Right. Now we met the beautiful Mairead here just by chance as we came down, and she was telling us that there used to be a brook coming through here, and was the well, this is the well you were talking about?
Well, there was a water in the stream.
Yeah.
But I remember an old well to the front here, down here.
Right.
With water down in the rocks. There was rocks down there. But the roofing on these, the slating on that particular building was fantastic. And all the slates came from Wales back in the late 18th century to the 19th century.
Right.
Where
that circular kind of shape, I hadn't seen that before. Are they new slates?
You'll never get the like of them again. They were craftsmanship.
Wow.
But all of that building now, go in and have a
I've had a look. I don't want to go into someone's private property, but we're going to get to the main street. But it is amazing.
And it's a fine building then.
Yeah. No, it's gorgeous. Well, we'll hit that. How are you, Mairead?
Hello.
We're just putting your house on the market for you, just so you know it's for sale now.
Well,
yeah.
How long are you living here now, Sinead? How long are you living here now? A few years. She's a lovely young son. She has.
Ahoy!
Lovely
young what?
A young chap called Michael, isn't it?
Ah, there we go. Right.
Yes.
Okay, very nice.
And he's lovely.
And he's wonderful.
Beautiful house though. We're just saying that he just pointed out the tiles are very rare. They're kind of from Wales, I think he said.
I'm not quite sure where they're from, but it dates
Wales.
from 1740 something.
Yeah.
Right.
But it all came from Wales. All Dublin. All the houses in Dublin.
All the houses in Dublin were why? Just obviously they had the
from Wales.
Right.
They were all Welsh tiles.
You know a lot, Seamus.
Yeah.
You know yourself.
Well, you can tell by the accent just the way they're leaning.
Well, I'm real wickly, you know.
There you go.
Apart from that. But as I say, we're just doing a little bit. And how long are you living here now, Sinead?
8 years.
8 years. Lovely.
You know, it takes 40 years you're a blow-in, and then after 60 years you're nearly a local. I think you have to be here 75 years, and then you can officially say you're from Delgany.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think that's the rule.
And she's also played.
That's a long way to go.
She's also played Shakespeare, haven't you, on the London stage?
What was he like? Was he good?
Oh yeah, he was a bit mouldy.
Right. Yeah. He's old school though. He is old school. I'll give him that. But he is good. I've heard good things about him. Yeah.
No, I think he'll be popular.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think he's definitely going to take off.
I think so.
Yeah. Our tip for 2017, Shakespeare. Look out for his work.
Shakespeare.
Yeah. We've got to do this main street.
Okay.
Now. She's a resident of the village.
There you go. And you're very welcome,
Bye.
dear. See you later, Sinead.
That's
Bye-bye.
tonight or tomorrow now?
What's tonight? What are you talking about, tonight or tomorrow?
I'll see you today.
Well, what's the question you're talking about? For the... I don't know, I have no idea what you're talking about.
And you see these two new houses?
Yes?
They're what you call a mock Tudor.
A mock Tudor. Very
mock
good.
Tudor.
Very nice. Now we might have to move your little legs a little bit faster because we've got a nice stretch here of I know
Yeah, we're going around
I know Mullins here now. Well, I'd call it Mullins, the old rectory. This beautiful
There's supposed
property.
to be a tunnel from the old rectory.
Well, I'm actually looking to try and do a little piece on that. I'm hoping to talk to the gentleman here or to the
vicar.
our boy in the church just to sort of try and get access. But I've photographs of the opening, but the actual
There's
tunnel I'd
a
love to see.
vault or whatever you call it down in the old church.
Well, that's going to be another story. I want to try and make it a nice little surprise.
And that's where all the Latouche family are buried.
Right. Good man. Now we should say Ludlows are here, which I always call it Ludlows.
The post office.
The Ludlow family are above, but the actual post office, I would imagine that must be certainly 50. I think probably, I don't know if it would have been, how long were the Ludlows there? I have a photograph.
Well, they were there in my period from a young fella.
The 1920s.
1960s and that.
Oh,
and that.
okay, all right.
But that was a part of the village too, the post office, where people met. And if X wasn't there, they did ask you where Mrs. Stabbit was.
Oh, yeah. Like a post office.
There was a
Yeah,
friendliness
that's the way
with the
post
post
offices
offices. And they worked.
Telling me how a post office works. And they take your letters as well, I heard. If you brought a letter in, they'd put a stamp on it.
They'd have
and
your
you pay
stamp.
for the stamp, and they could send that letter to another address. That was, I'll tell you now, I miss those days. I miss those days,
you see this
man.
particular house here?
The one beside the Wicklow Arms?
Yeah.
Right.
That was originally a thatch cottage.
Ah.
There was thatch on that.
So it was only a single story originally, or?
And there was an old lady in the 50s and 60s lived in it named, she was Carbless, Mr. Carbless.
Okay,
Carbless
that
family.
name's familiar, but then it could be just one of those odd names.
His mother lived in that particular house.
Ah, okay. And when did it get converted to quite a large? It was quite a. Well, are we talking about now Dooley's or the two-story beside
No, it
it?
was before my time.
Okay.
The new roof came onto that.
Right.
But
So sorry, the house you're talking about is the little cottage one, rather than I thought you said the
No,
one
large
beside.
one. That was
The large one.
thatch,
Okay,
yeah.
right. Okay, so it was extended and all that. Wow.
And as you see, when I was young.
Hello, Miss Patterson. How are you, kid? Hi.
When I was young, back in the 60s,
30s.
these particular houses, that was Red Cross headquarters.
Right.
And it was also a base for Latouches
Yes.
back in the early days, where they'd have the staff or the coachmen would have tea in them.
Right.
The houses served the purpose. That'd be the 17th
Well, I know it was
century.
I think I know Noel Belton was saying it was called the parish halls as well. There was a Mrs. Keys ran a library out of there. There was a billiard table.
Quite
a lot of kind of it was a social. Again, the Touche family were wonderful for having places built that were just for the community to just as a gesture of this is what you hang out in. You can there's different things to do. Even more so than even today, I think they had that sort of conscious about it.
Back in the 60s now, that building was quite an established Red Cross headquarters.
Okay.
And they had quite a lot of stuff in it.
Right.
From wheelchairs to etc. Everything they had.
Wow.
I joined it for a little bit myself.
Okay.
The tibia, the fibia, I still remember some.
Very good.
But as I say, as we're walking up the village
we
now.
can see the village map here as well, just let people see for a second. Nice. So we're here.
We're here.
We're heading up there. Beautiful.
Now, as we're going up, and when I was a young boy, and the people named Loughran's owned that shop.
That's
that was
right, where Doe-Eyes is
that was
now,
a
the beautiful,
hardware
Jessica
shop.
Keating. Right.
And it sold wheelbarrows.
Yeah.
Everything you want. Typical village at the time.
Yeah.
Atmosphere with your wheelbarrows, your Wellington boots,
I
your
went through a
nails.
few changes. I know the Hutchinsons were there for a while. It was locked. Yeah, you're saying it was. And I know. My brother Patrick worked there for quite a while.
Loughran's.
Yes, Loughran's. Yes.
They were quite established.
Yeah.
And there was a man up beside where you lived actually called Alec Hill.
Yes.
And he used to come down in the little donkey horse and cart.
Right.
And then to the right of me, this is owned by the Summers, an old Delgany family too.
Okay, and they're
Quite
still there, are they?
Well, there was a family in the 60s and 70s came named they reared their family in it.
Okay.
It was in apartments.
McKay's, yes.
were there.
There was a McKay infestation there for a while, alright, I
Yeah, I
remember
think
that.
Mrs. McKay is still alive.
Yeah.
She's still alive in.
Now, the one thing
nice
I would
family,
say is
great footballers, the McKays.
I would say that as a main street, because it's so small, really, it hasn't changed a huge amount, which is great.
No,
I mean,
well
the buildings are still there.
here we have the Farley brothers.
Right.
And the Farleys
The
came.
famous filmmakers.
Well, the Farleys came. Mr. Farley came in 1958.
Yep. I forget. I have it on the guide now. The previous butcher. I
One of the
forget his
best.
name.
They work as a family now.
Yeah.
The two brothers. Excellent meat.
We'll go over and let them say a quick hello, because I know they look good on camera because they're so attractive. And
Excellent.
Max.
They had an excellent meat. Very busy.
Excellent meat.
Meat.
You should work in advertising. How do you
meat.
come up with these great phrases?
Here's porridge now.
Go on, you bastards!
Oh, how porridge.
We're just doing a quick history of the main street.
This is one of the brothers. This is porridge.
I always wonder which one's which.
The more younger, handsome one.
Where is the more young and handsome one? Is he at the back?
Oh yeah, Grumpy's at the back.
Anthony lives locally, don't you, Anthony? Or Parry?
Yeah.
On the global wide scale, of course.
He lives in Ireland, but yeah.
If you want the best meat in Ireland.
Have you got an anniversary coming up?
Best well-honed meat.
Hey! Have you got an anniversary coming up? There must be always anniversaries coming around. What was the
yes.
year? What was the year this opened? What for Farley's?
1958.
58. Oh, great! Well, you're getting there's coming a big anniversary coming up then next year.
Where was your father from, Parry? What part of the country?
Longford.
What?
Yes,
Blow in.
Midlands.
Feckin' blow in.
And your mother was.
Branner in County Longford as well.
Ah, right. Okay.
So they came from.
And their attraction here was just at the business, or were they kind of like, I don't know if there was something else that brought them to Delgany first?
Yes.
Here, this is Anthony speaking. Anthony's out.
Yeah.
Anthony, come forward, Anthony.
Johnny Fagan
Okay.
and Frayne. Frayne.
That's another guy, Frayne?
Yes.
Okay.
He.
We'll step in because we get car noises here now. We'll hear a little bit of this.
He lived down in Killincarrig, and I think he worked for the ISPCA one stage.
Well, I checked his name. I thought it was Fane.
Okay, well, like
Okay.
I was very young at the time.
Fane, yeah, he was
Okay.
the vet.
David Bowie wrote a song about him,
vet,
didn't he?
yeah,
I think David
vet.
Bowie had a song about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was in the military as a young guy. He had something.
So,
had a
is he
crash in an
so is this the
airplane.
answer to my question, what brought your parents to Delgany? Is this part of it? Because I was asking how they went from Longford to Delgany,
Well,
and
they
then
did travel around
we're...
a bit,
Okay.
but they were actually looking.
Was he a
at-
traveller, or...?
No, he was very sad.
No, he just travelled. Okay, alright.
But they were looking at two premises at the time. One was here at Delgany, which they ended up with.
Okay.
And the other was up in Cavan on the border.
Ah.
And I think even in those days there was a little bit of tension. Or else it was
Right.
just a question of move up where the money is and try and make as much as possible.
Right, there we go.
This gentleman's from Killiney, aren't you?
Hello, sir. How are you?
Doggy.
Docky, holy moly! We are honoured. We are honoured by your presence, sir.
I will ask you a question.
Uh-oh.
Robbie here's our fully qualified butcher.
At last, a fully quiet butcher in this place.
Yes,
Thank God.
he comes with papers.
Wow.
He is 5'10" tall, wears size 9 shoes. What does he weigh?
Holy moly.
Have a look at him. Extremely handsome. What does he weigh?
Stone.
Aquarius.
15
I've no idea. I've no
12
idea.
stone. 12 stone
Jeez,
old.
he's losing weight.
What is this? What are we at?
Look,
What
just
is
look at him.
It's all muscle. It's all muscle,
He
man.
weighs meat on the
I was
scales.
thinking it had to be a pun. I was thinking, what the hell pun is it going to be? Like, you dirty
Tell you,
bollocks.
those Christmas crackers are worth it.
Hey!
As I say that the best meat in Wicklow, and always have been, and friendly butchers.
Right.
They have a rapport with the people who.
Wow.
Well, the
Wow.
lambs that came in this morning
Wow.
don't think we're too friendly.
Well-mannered,
Wow.
well-mannered.
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 Well,
And always joking. There's always a nice little manner in the shop when you
Aye.
arrive in Farley's Butchers.
pull the other one.
In
Pull the
Delgany.
meat. Pull whatever you want.
Oh, right. If you're the right sex, you're
But
pull
nice.
everything here.
But
And
yeah,
that's
we'll have to do something for your that 58 kind of opening. We'll have a big celebration next year. That'll be that's a major anniversary. 2018.
And
Well, we
Phil-
were going to wait till we're 100 years here and then we'll do a special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two for one chicken legs, something like that.
Something like that,
Something
yes.
There was also another
The next half price.
Hey. for a 100-year anniversary.
There was also
celebration.
another brother called Philip and his sister called Helen, isn't that right?
They're in prison though, aren't they? I think.
No,
They have been released.
Ah, okay, that's lovely. Yeah, that's nice. They're good for Christmas.
they're out for
Christmas
good
release,
behaviour.
and they made a run for it.
This is a quiet period now we're in. Thanks for your help.
Lovely. Thanks, Padre. I know Anthony. Well, I think people don't want to see Anthony. It's a family show. They don't want to see Anthony's
Thanks
face.
now, lads. Now,
So, obviously, this is Brady's in my
shop.
memory, but
Yeah.
was it ever a shop by somebody else?
It's a mini
before
market.
Brady's?
No, Mr. Brady came here in the early 50s as well. And
Right, but was he the first one to have a shop there? Was that like
Well,
I don't know if there was a shop there before?
In my time life,
The
was-
1920s?
Yeah, no, the 50s.
Okay.
And it's a lovely, as you can see, the structure of the building is lovely.
Yeah,
People
it's a nice
don't.
building, all right.
Yeah.
You very rarely look up.
And
you're
his
right,
brother
yeah.
came. His brother was with Mr. Brady, and he opened
Okay.
a clothes shop here. That was a
Right.
shop for
I remember
clothes.
this is Dorian and Sadie, and I used to go to get the piano lessons here. The
Right,
private.
yeah. Well, you could buy clothes and suits back in the
Wow.
50s, early 50s.
And was it just wasn't Taylor now? Did he make
Mr.
clothes?
Brady. He came from up up on the border side of
Right.
the north.
But now you're saying this is Mr. Brady as well, this side.
His brother had that.
Okay,
I'm nearly
okay.
sure his brother.
Right, wow,
and
that's
he
amazing.
had a clothes shop.
Now we should mention where the houses are now beside what was
when
Brady's,
I
Hunter's Brook.
Now that where all these that was a farm. That was a stables, McGee's.
Right, right.
And they were famous horse people.
Yeah.
Jim McGee. They were actually one of the best in Ireland, if not in Wicklow.
Right,
Anything you want to know about horses, the McGee's
right.
were the people.
Oh, there's a lot of kind of traffic
they-
coming through just for that, like to Delgany at the time.
They reared their family in there, Mrs.
Yeah,
Young
yeah.
McGee. And one
Well, I
of
should
them,
say the house was pretty much where the road is now. That was their home, and then on the back of it,
and there was
obviously,
also
the
a
stables.
little village in there back in the early days.
Oh, right.
Where there was a family called, I remember, the Suttons.
Okay.
They were friendly with my mother.
Okay.
That's going back. But
Any
the
relation to the Suttons now that would be known in Killincarrick and beyond?
Killincarrick,
Yeah.
that's them. They
Right,
come out.
okay,
That'd be
yeah.
their granny.
Okay.
They were born and reared in there, I think. The
Right,
Sutton
right. Wow.
Family. But as I say,
And the idea of it being a little village, was that just
Well,
was
but
that a
back-
Latouche thing where they had little houses sort of built for the stables, or
well, it was just homely. It was
Right.
just
I didn't realise. No, I knew there was stables. I didn't know there was another house. That's
self-contained
great.
little place. But
Yeah.
my particular memories was the McGee's.
Right,
Anything
right.
you wanted to know about horses,
Yeah,
they
were.
knew. They knew.
And where would they be now? Because I remember the family. They would have been,
when
our
I-
age and.
back in the 60s, and you could have 10, 15 horses coming out every day
Right.
to go to the Sugarloaf.
Yes.
It brought tourism to the
That's
village.
it. It was a big attraction.
And then
all right.
every Sunday you have beagling
Yeah,
from the Delgany Inn. They had the dogs,
Right.
and you went hunting. You could have up to 100, 200 people every Sunday.
Sure.
And it had a little bit of
It was. It wasn't foxes back then. Though. It was cattleys, wasn't it? They went after. Or was it-
anything that was in sight.
Right,
Anything
okay,
that was
okay,
there,
okay.
we went for. But they were famous.
And your
horse
time
people.
as a rabbit, was that a problem now when they went
No, I was
went
in-
beagling?
I was out Portman.
Ah, okay, well then you're okay.
But as I said, and this was the old post office.
Right. Oh, this was the post office because
Yeah.
I remember there's
People
Watchhorns.
named Watchhorns. They were
the
no
lovely Watchhorn family who lived there.
There were
and
no
she-
Delgany family.
She was a tailor. Well, one of them I know would do kind of alterations and tailoring and all
Margaret
that kind of
and Anne.
stuff.
Now I think they
Yeah.
moved. The late moved to Kilcool to live.
Right. And they have a great son now. You see him around now. He's a regular at this
He's
beautiful
a
drinking
postman
establishment.
in Greystones.
Yes,
Peter.
That's the man.
Peter,
Yeah,
nice. He was born. He was reared in the
Yeah,
village.
I remember him as a little kid there now. And I remember
Yeah.
that was somewhere we'd go with clothes needed
And
altering and all that.
yes,
stuff.
they used to fix the
Yeah.
clothes and alter the clothes back
So,
in the
when you
early
think of
days.
the
That'd
Horse
be
and
the
Hound-
60s, Paul.
Yeah, well, I remember that. Well, I'm thinking about especially when getting into the 70s as well.
And this particular building now, as we analyse it,
Oh, behind us, cross Max. Ah, we are indeed. Yeah, Hollywood.
that was old.
Yeah.
That was an old RIC, Royal Irish Constabulary building.
Okay, this one right in front of us. This
Yeah,
big one.
police
all right.
station, and that
Yeah.
was the entrance. I
They
think
have- yeah, they have a
I think
little-
there's a cells at the back.
Cells. Wow.
Old Irish,
So
a
what would
Royal
their- what would
Irish
the- What would
Constabulary.
the purpose be? Were they literally like a guard
Well,
station, kind
yeah,
of an
police
English
station. That was the
Wow.
first police station when
Right in
the
the
when we
area.
got her when we got her republic. That
Wow.
was the first.
Well, no, we get the Republic and we get the Royal Irish Constabulary House.
Oh,
that one.
Royal
Oh, yeah.
Irish.
Okay, well, that's all right then. Yeah.
It's still titled under that.
Yeah. This used to be, as you said, it used to be the post office, so it had a purpose rather than this. Yeah.
Nice.
No. But the horse itself has a great long history. Look, it has you can see the year on there, 17, 1790, is it, or 17?
1790.
Wow,
Patterson
just on the
Hounds.
sign.
It had
It's
several
amazing.
owners.
Yeah, yeah.
And in the 60s, I remember Cullen's owned it.
I know Noel Belton had it for a while as well.
I remember Mr. Cullen.
Right.
He was, I think he was
Take a step
he
back
was
into the car park,
he
actually,
was a
'cause
doctor.
there's some signs on here we'll finish with, but
He was a doctor. No, but
Yeah.
as I say, I want to
there's
show
more up
Martin-
there.
Yeah,
Okay.
this area here, just as we were speaking,
Right.
there used to be an old mansion there in the 60s.
Okay.
It was called St. Anne's.
St. Anne's.
St.
okay.
Anne's, and it was
Right.
an old nunnery
Ah.
where nuns, and it had two big, massive staircases.
So it would have been part of the monastery's kind of grounds then? 'Cause this
no,
was
there would be a different
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 nuns. Okay, rival nuns.
rival nuns.
I'd say the Saturday night's got a
But
bit
the
hairy
building
around here.
was massive. It actually had two staircases in it.
Right.
And out in the back there was a dining room, and the mirrors were all covered at one angle in it down the back.
Wow.
And it had all roses set into it.
Beautiful.
place.
Holy moly. I wonder if there's
But
any
then
images
the
of that. I'd
builder
love to
got
try
it-
and find.
Builder got it. It must have been the 70s or
Right.
there about day.
And he stripped it down for the parts.
Gone.
Ah, lovely, lovely, lovely.
Gone.
It's
And
always
then-
good to see you can get the value out of a beautiful piece of property
There's
by
a
just
little-
ripping out the fireplaces.
Yeah, but it's a little boutique hotel now.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. We could have a look at the back because we can
Yeah, it's still.
just sort of celebrate the fact that it is a lovely old building. But some of the signs you're saying, Motley, cross again. I didn't say cross. Come on. But I know the fact that some of the you reckon some of the signs are from the original. They've been there since 40s, 50s, maybe.
No,
Or
I think these were put up for a reason. There's all these little housing estates built down alleyways.
sure.
No,
Well-
this belongs to the horse itself now. The people who own the horse and
Yeah,
hounds.
yeah, no, absolutely. But I
But
always
some
think
of
your
the
car park
old
belongs to.
advertisement signs
Oh, they're
here.
great.
I find them fascinating.
Yeah. Squeeze me, stomp me, make me whine. I think that could be the new Greystones motto.
Some lovely one. The Afton.
Yeah.
Fry's milk chocolate.
Coca-Cola, that'll never take off.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Some of these are unique now. You never
Sure.
get the like of them again. Yeah, I think it's
Beautiful.
a nice little display.
The old
People
Green
pass
Shield
it.
stamps. Do you remember those?
I do. Yeah. There's
I'm
Coca-Cola.
sure there's still. So I'm sure there's a few people still trying to spend them down the town.
1936.
That's amazing.
Clark's.
Really
Perfect.
gorgeous.
And some
Well,
of
these
the-
are new little kind of fun ones, I think. Like
Well, I think
these
you
here.
put them up here.
Yeah,
the
but those are
last
comedy. But
30.
I would think some of them are reproductions, but a lot of them seem to be the
No, I think they are
the original. Yeah, I'll have to take that Volkswagen sign. That'd be handy for the house. You keep an eye out for me.
I will.
Yeah, come on.
But as I say, I think
Yeah.
the owner now had them put up.
Yeah, well, it's a nice idea because it does. I'm sure some of them are the genuine article. It'd be a nice little nod to well, the fact that, of course, we're surrounded by history. As we've seen from the main street, the buildings alone are amazing. Some of the history of it. Hello, Caroline. How are you?
I'm good.
We're just doing a little history of the main street, so we're just doing little bits and pieces.
Caroline.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Beautiful job. We're just saying some
Some
of them are amazing.
Very, very old.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they're originals, aren't
They are,
they?
yeah. Now, some of them are newer ones.
Some of them
the
would be a little bit
originals,
reproduction, but most of them are definitely
Nicely displayed.
Really gorgeous. Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
Your
it's lovely.
competition there, I think Tara Elliott from the Horse Hound.
Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah,
God.
our little pub pints, pulling pints. She's doing well. So we'll go up to the Carmelites, but I think probably on the main street. That's
there's a little house there.
right.
I'll have to, but as I say, that's a lovely old entrance. People pass these old buildings.
We're hitting the 4-hour mark on the video here, so we'll have to wrap up soon. Oh yeah, that's this. I remember. Well, I always just assumed, that was just a
But they're
nice
pretty
private.
neat, they're armoured cars.
Right. Ba-ba-ba-boom. What would it be? When you were growing up, where would you go for drinks normally in the town? Would you be Wicklow Arms? Would you be the Delgany Inn? Would you be the
When
Horse?
I was young, when I was drinking, it would be
Yeah.
20 years ago, it would be the three of them actually.
Okay. Well, fair play.
That's when all my friends lived in the village, but they're all gone.
Ah, yeah. Well, I think we know why they left.
Yeah, they couldn't afford a house.
That's it.
Now this particular house, this is the one that's just after being sold.
Right. Lovely little place.
When in the 60s and 70s, there was a lady lived in it called Marion Fagan,
Right.
and she was quite an established artist.
Okay.
She brought, in her paintings, she brought fabric into her paintings.
Right. Right.
And she was in the right place at the right time.
With the right fabric.
Like when she was doing Irish scenes Connemara scene. She'd add the fabric into her paintings.
Oh, beautiful. I think I've seen that effect.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
quite
man.
established. She was quite...
Right.
She's
Yeah.
quite well known, and she.
Okay, I must check it out, and I'll see if I can get a link to her work with this, just to let people sort of follow
she's
through.
quite
and-
established lady, I think.
Yeah.
But then she moved from here down to a little thatched cottage down in Killincarrick.
Okay.
But my brother has one of her paintings.
Oh, lovely. We should just give a quick mention, because I'm going to wrap up now, but where all the building is going on, just further on down there, beyond the large...
Yeah,
the
that
tall
was an
tree.
old... That was an
the
old...
Caffergies, and or were there something before that?
There was a big old mansion there as well, and that was belonged to the Bishop of Dublin.
Wow.
So it was the late 18th century when they were arrived, or the building
Right.
was up there pre-tense to that.
Right.
But there was a bishop, Church of Ireland bishop, retired to that house
Right.
in the... It was
Okay.
a big
But then I
old-
remember, when I was growing up now, I remember the Caffergy family lived there.
Cafferkeys, in the
Yeah,
70s,
they were the last
the
people that lived
60s.
there before.
Yeah,
You know,
was down,
I know the family live around here, and some of the
Mr.
kids
Cafferkey,
live
yeah.
just nearby.
They're
but
still
the,
around living.
The house
family.
sadly is
Yeah.
gone with all the developments, and that sort of went the way of Stylebon and so many other gorgeous old houses.
And
It's
just to hear where this gentleman is walking now.
Yeah.
In that field, there used to be fun fairs.
Oh, okay, I didn't
When
know
I
that.
was a
Wow.
young fella, yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Young fella, did you hear that?
How are you?
A man from the countryside.
How are you?
A man from the
But I don't remember the fun fairs. What era was that then?
Well,
Maybe I do. I'm trying to remember now.
My mother used to push me up, and I remember the swing chairs and all
Right,
as a young
right.
fella.
Oh, brilliant.
As a young fella. And then an old historian told me one time, now whether it's true
Yeah.
or not true, I can't be 100%.
Right.
But from a village in Wicklow, there was a race of 26 miles outside the convent, and it went to the GPO, and they
wow.
were presented medals.
Right.
So whether I can't be...
That's amazing. Well, yeah, we'll try and find out if that's true.
You
Yeah.
have roughly from here to GPO 26 miles, and
Yeah,
then you
yeah.
have the Carmelite Convent.
Yes,
There was
yes.
a race at the time.
Right.
So it could have been the early 19th century, 1910 or late 80s.
Yeah. Well, I'll check that out and see if we can get it. But
Yeah,
thanks
there
a
was
million, Shay.
some-
That's a
some
huge amount
rain.
of good history now. Just I would know this town and village so well, having grown up here, but I certainly didn't know half of the things you said there. So that's
Yeah, well,
That's
that was
nice
a
to know,
field.
man.
This particular part of the village has only gone up in the last 20 years.
Oh yeah. Well,
But that
yeah.
was the field belonged to the nuns.
right.
And
right.
as I say, I remember fun fairs.
Well, you know why I'm trying to stop this, Shay? Because you just told me this. I'm trying to find an ending to it. So when I was saying, thanks a million for the information, then you went back to the fucking field
Same
again.
to
the
field.
same bit of
The
information. You
field, yeah. And
dirty
then there
son
was
of a
the
fucking
field.
bitch.